Here at Moonward, we look at app development very similar to building a house. Before you start building a house, you have to have a really clear floor plan. And in our case, before any of our developers write any code, we have to have a really clear blueprint. And you would have heard us reference the blueprint a number of times on our website and whenever you chat to one of our team members, because for us, the blueprint is the fundamental to successfully planning and launching a software product. And in this video, what I wanted to do is break down exactly what's included in the first 6 weeks of the blueprint phase, so you have full understanding on what to expect during that blueprint phase when you're working with our team. So the first week of the blueprint phase is running our initial mission meeting. Our mission meeting is an opportunity for us to not only introduce the team who will be working on your project, but obviously invite you into our office, so there's an opportunity so you can check out all of our in-house team members, plus understand where all the magic happens here in our head office in Brisbane. Now, during the first week, it's an opportunity for us to ask you a heap of questions around your idea, your vision, and your goals. It's important that we understand the key problem that you're looking to solve, the solution, which is obviously your great idea, and then get a really good understanding of where you see your app being in not only in the next 6 to 8 months, but more importantly, where you see it being in maybe 18 months or 24 months' time. That way, we're not building something just for the near future, we're building something to help you achieve long-term success. Once we've got a really good understanding of your idea, the problem that you're looking to solve, and obviously your solution, then we delve into your actual business model. How are you converting this into some sort of monetization strategy? How are you looking to either acquire users? How are you looking potentially to generate revenue, charge users, sell advertising, whatever it might be, and get a really solid understanding of what your key business model is. At that point in time, we'll run through all of your key features, start prioritizing your features, because as you know, you might have features which are fundamental, required from the very first day, and there might be some nice to have features that maybe you can release in future releases once your app's up and running. Once we understand those key components, what we then do is we then document all of this information and start building out essentially a scope for your project. And at that point, we're able to document all of your features, all of your requirements, and understand exactly what your app will look like in the first 6 months, the next 8 months, the next 12 months, and 18 months' time. And this is what we call our scope of work. And at the completion of week 1, you'll have a really clear understanding of who we are and how we operate as a team. Our team will have a really clear understanding of your idea, your vision, where you see it being in 12, 18, 24, 5 years' time. And of course, we've had a really solid conversation around your business model and how you hope to expand and scale your product over time. At that point in time, we obviously document all of this information. There's ample opportunity for us to collaborate on this information, and that allows us to roll on to week 2. During week 2, this is obviously where, in our case, the rubber starts meeting the road. And week 2, it's an opportunity for us to actually map out all of your features and begin to document them in what we call our user flows. Our user flows are essentially an opportunity to map out how we're going to navigate people from point A to point B with your software product. It's really important that when we're building a software product, there's never any form of roadblock, because as you would know, if your product ever becomes too hard to use or there's roadblocks, people will just say, nah, this is way too hard. They'll delete the app and they'll never use it again. So essentially what our user flows are formatting is a pathway or a map on how we're going to get people from point A to point B, how we're going to get people to download our app, sign up, and then interact with some of our key features. Then from there, once we've mapped out the user flows, we can obviously collaborate on this. We'll present it to you in our weekly in-house meeting. And of course, like I mentioned before, there's ample opportunity for you to provide feedback on our user flows as well. Now in week 3, we start working on the branding aspect of your product. And the brand is obviously extremely crucial. The way we look at software is there's no point building the greatest piece of software in the world if it doesn't look amazing, if it doesn't feel great. And our branding week is an opportunity for us to start on the actual visual representation of what your product and what your business is going to look like. Now, obviously a key element of the branding side of your business are things like logos, colors, icons, fonts, and these are assets that our team will work on and deliver to you in a branding package. Now, the crucial thing about our branding packages is these aren't just a digital representation of your business. We'll also ensure that your brand is scalable across both a digital and an offline environment. For example, we want to make sure that your brand looks amazing in your mobile app, but it's also something that you could have on a billboard, you could have on a website, you could have on physical flyers as well. So we want to make sure that we're building a brand which is scalable, both from a digital and online point of view, but also from an offline brick and mortar point of view as well. So at the completion of week 3, we'll be in a position to present your brand, present the visual identity for your business, and as always, there's ample opportunity for you to provide feedback. Week 4, 5, and 6 combined the opportunity for our team to start building your fully interactive prototype. Now, your fully interactive prototype is a screen-by-screen breakdown of exactly what your app is going to do once it's been developed by our team. Internally, we refer to our prototypes as pixel perfect, and what we mean by that is these aren't fluffy designs. What they are is an exact breakdown of every single screen and every single feature, so our team knows exactly what your app needs to do once it's been developed. Now, once you've got an opportunity to come into our office, what you'll notice is our development team will actually be copying and using the exact blueprint when they're writing code on your product. So what they're doing is they're matching the exact designs that our UI UX design team put together during the blueprint phase, and they then become the building block or the blueprint for the code that is being written. So during week 4, 5, and 6, our design team are formulating the exact blueprint for your product. And what this means from your point of view is you'll be delivered a URL or a link that you can open up on your phone, or you can open up on your laptop or your computer, and basically click through every single screen of your software product. The reason we call it an interactive prototype is you're able to interact and click through all of the different features, all of the different flows, so you know exactly what the product is going to look like and how it's going to feature and how it's going to work. Now, the great thing about our prototypes is there's a section where you can provide page-by-page feedback to ensure that all of your ideas, all of your requirements, any little tweaks and changes that you need to make, you have the ample opportunity to provide that feedback, and it's all documented within the system. The great thing about the blueprint phase is our design team are able to take the initial mission meeting, the initial user flows, the branding, and essentially combine this all together into that fully interactive prototype. Like I mentioned, we send across the prototype in that URL format, so you are able to take it away, you can show it to some potential users, some friends, some family, maybe some potential investors, and ensure that the visual identity, the features, and the flow are in line with the initial problem that you're looking to solve. Because we factored in our initial mission meeting, all of the information that we've captured across the blueprint phase at this point, we'll have a really good understanding of exactly what the product needs to do, the key problem it's looking to solve, plus we've got a really good understanding of not only our visual identity, but the identity that we need to portray in order to attract our target market and our users. So by week 6, we've gone through our initial mission meeting where we understand your vision, your goals, what you're looking to achieve, and we've got a really clear understanding of where you see your product not only 6 to 8 months time, but also 12 months, 18 months, and maybe even 5 years time. Then from there, we've transitioned into our user flows, so we have a really clear understanding of all the features that you want to include in your product. Plus, we've mapped out exactly how we're going to get your users from point A to point B, so there's never any roadblocks or challenges. Then from there, we've transitioned into the branding phase, where we've created your colors, your logos, your icons, your fonts, and built a beautiful brand package which aligns with your business, your vision, and your target market. And then from there, we've transitioned into our fully interactive prototype and built a page-by-page breakdown of exactly what your app's going to look like, how it's going to feature, how it's going to flow. Plus, you've been able to access that and you've had the opportunity to provide feedback so that you know everything that's been put together is 100% in line with your vision. Now, at this point, you've got a ready-to-go, pixel-perfect blueprint for your software product. Now, what we'll do in this stage is we'll sit down with our development team, map out exactly how we're going to build this product. Now, it's crucial that during the blueprint phase, we're not just building fluffy designs. What we're building is we're building a blueprint ready to transition straight into development. So at this point, we'll sit down with our development team plus our project managers and map out exactly how we intend to develop your project. During this session, what we'll then deliver to you is we'll deliver timeframes, costs, any key things to consider, whether it's third-party APIs, integrations, servers, that sort of stuff. We'll cover all of the key questions and present back to you a full development plan on how we intend to get your product up and running. Plus, this is a really great tool if you're looking to investors. You get a full breakdown of exactly what it's going to look like to actually build your product. Or if you're a business and you're looking to invest in the product yourself, you have a ready-to-go blueprint and development plan so you know exactly what it looks like to get your product up and running. The beautiful thing about the blueprint is it ensures that as a development team, we have full understanding, full clarity on exactly what needs to be delivered. Plus, from your point of view, you have full transparency and peace of mind that the exact features are going to be included. Plus, you have full understanding on exactly what's going to be delivered and how it's all going to work. At the end of the day, the reason that we implemented the blueprint process is to ensure there's no scares, no shocks further down the line. The development industry as a whole, we understand it has a really poor reputation when it comes to delivering on time and delivering on budget. And we put this down to two things. The first thing is that the majority of development companies leverage offshore workers when it comes to important work being done. And the second thing is development teams aren't amazing at putting plans together. So what we did here at Moonward is we've completely twisted the model on its head. What we have is we have a full in-house development team, meaning that you're not at the mercy of international time zones or language barriers. Everyone's 100% in-house, and we refer to it as an open kitchen. You're able to chat directly to the people who are actually doing the work. There's no middleman, there's no one who's saying everything's going great, but you can't see behind the curtain. You can see exactly what's going on, plus you're able to communicate with the people who are doing the work. Secondly, we implemented the blueprint phase, so we have a concise, fully fledged plan before we actually start writing any code. It's not a case of figuring things out later. We put all of our ideas on the table, we build a fully comprehensive prototype so we know exactly what your app's going to do. We make sure it's solving the key problem that you're looking to solve. And then from there, once everyone's happy, everyone has full understanding of what's going to be delivered, at that point we transition into development and we start writing some code.